Okay, so before I do my basic render setup, I want to put some more textures onto my walls using these things called decals, which are basically stickers or posters or things you can stick onto the wall. And you'll find that is under Insert. There's a special tool called Decal. So you Insert, and you'll find Decal. And there I'm going to show you, you can click on the down arrow just to see that there's the option Place Decal and Decal Types. You should just use Place Decal at first. So Place Decal, I'll save it. It brings this up. So that tells me there are no decals at the moment. So going down to the bottom left corner, you've got the New button, Create New Decal. And I'll call this Tile Feature. Click OK. So that's made my decal, but at the moment it's empty. So it's telling me there's no image file. So I just need to click Browse for the source, and then find an image. So just like the materials, it works with any image file. And so if you missed, I've just gone to the P drive up the top there, P, and then EDU DC Interior Design, and then that special folder I've got for all these image files, material images. And then I've got a tiles folder. You can see I've got all these different tiles. So I might use this one. So I'll double click and then click OK. And I can place my decal. There we are. Okay, so I'll just click somewhere on the wall. And I can put a few of them. So that's an easy way of doing a run of tiles that you want to be different maybe to your main wall material. Maybe just no, you can do it in any view. Yep. So I'll repeat it and do another one for the floors. So maybe I want to put a rug on the floor. Oh yeah, yeah. So I'll repeat that and I'll do it in the plan view though. Oh, you could, but there's a better way of doing water. So remind me, I'll do that next. I'll do a water material, just to go over materials again, because I know that that's still something you'd be wanting to spend some time on. Okay, so maybe I want to put a rug or a different tile finish in this area. So I'll change it to realistic so that you can see I already do have a tile material on the floor. But again, I just want to have part of it different. So again with decal, again place decal, and notice this time it didn't bring up that same dialog box because I've already made one. So to bring that up, just like most of the other things you've worked with, you have to go to Edit Type. Remember, duplicate, because I don't want to change tile feature, that's the one I've already made. If I change this, those other tiles will change. So duplicate, and we'll call it Flora. Then here we've got decal attributes, and I can click Edit. And we've got the same options that came up before, and the Browse button is this time though on the end. I wish they'd just make it the same, but this is how it is. So if you click on Browse, then you can change that, and I've got a rugs folder in here as well. So I'll just choose one of those. Actually, I'll get something. Maybe this one. Maybe they're all larger. That'll do. even though probably not right for this room, so maybe, no, that'll do. Okay, so just as an example, we'll change it later. Okay, so now, just like before, you can see it's come up, but in the plan. So I can click. There we go, got a simple rug, but it's obviously very small. So to change the size of a decal, the easiest way is to place it first, then come back and select it, and you'll see the grips will come up, and you can easily stretch it, drag it, rotate, just like everything else. So I'll rotate that around 90 degrees, and again, stretch it. Watch out if you double, well, I've just clicked on the floor, so I'll cancel that. Yeah, it's a bit touchy, but it works. So that's it. You can see they use similar approach to materials, but if anything, it's easier. And then back into my 3D view, and I can see, of course, there's my rug, there's my tiles on the wall. That's all working. So, yeah, just as something extra, I'll show you how to make a water. So I've got the tiles coming through under the water. I don't mind that, so I'll leave that, but maybe that's something you could look at as well. So to make a simple water material, I'll select my bathtub, go to Edit and Place, back to ground floor, and I can draw an extrusion, and I'll just use pick lines to pick the shape I've already made. I'm going to finish that now and show you in the 3D view. We should be able to see it. It's a bit too high, it's flush with my bathtub, so I'll just drag that down a bit so it's a little bit lower. Okay, so it's just a plain grey. So remember, materials for walls and floors come up when you go to Edit Type. But that's not the same for everything. So you've got to have a look and see where the material setting is, and it's different for different objects. And this is just something you'll get used to the more you use Revit. Over here on the left, you can see I don't have to go to Edit Type. I just need to select that extrusion, and the material options right there, where it says by category. So I can browse. And what it in Revit is fantastic. It's got it in the library, but you do have to make it in your file. So I'll just use the same method I've been showing you. Right-click on a material to start, then duplicate, and give it a material. This is for your project. So that's the project's name. It's called water in our project now. Still looks like glass, but I'll go to appearance now, and we'll see in a second, it's glass. It's called glazing there. So I want to replace that now with my water material. Even though we've called it water, now I've got to right-click on replace, and also right-click on appearance, I mean, and then go to replace. And so you'll find the water material in the appearance library, and you'll see there's a folder called liquid. And we've got all these basic water materials. So yeah, indoor pool, sorry. Yeah. So I'll double click. It's there. Okay, so that asset browser, once you've double clicked, will bring the material into your appearance, and then you can close it. And notice how here, we've still got this option to change the type, so you can always change it later if you realise actually I want a reflecting pool, no problem. So that's a very reflective water. I don't want that, so I'll go back to swimming pool. There we are. That's it. So you'll see at the moment, oh sorry, this is not it. Okay, so I've still got to, what didn't go on there? Yeah, water, didn't get set. But I can show you one last thing. So I forgot, appearance is done, but graphics, well, it was still set to be like the glass, so it would have been okay, but if you tick use render appearance, that'll just match the colour. It's this funny greeny colour because that's sometimes the colour of water. But you can always adjust that, that's fine. So I just did that quickly, but that use render appearance option, you can turn it on and off as you like, and then always adjust the colour. So I'll click OK, and now it's set. I don't know why it didn't go in, but that happens. Yeah, that's water. Now, it may not look very impressive, but I'll finish the model, and I'll finish the recording. I'm going to go and do the rendering next. So I'll finish the recording.